Okay, you are watching and listening to Fat Bidin Knows Everything, and it is because I do know everything. And this time, there's something really important that I want to talk about. It's not about some stupid political general assembly that happened, political party general assembly that just happened. It's not about sex scandals among politicians. Something more important, and kids are dying because of it. And that's the re-emergence of polio in Malaysia after 27 years of polio-free, of Malaysia being polio-free. So, very recently, a small boy in Sabah, in Malaysia, was confirmed to have contracted polio. Now, polio is a very dangerous disease. It can cause death or paralysis, or people get deformed and people get trouble walking and all that if you get polio. And there is a vaccination for it, and Malaysia has been polio free for 27 years because there's a vaccine. It's a very cheap vaccine, it's accessible, everybody can get vaccinated. And when you get vaccinated, you're not going to get polio and you'll be safe, as it has been shown for the past 27 years. But then recently, there was a boy, poor kid, who got polio in Sabah. Now, today, if I'm not mistaken, whether today or yesterday during the time of recording, WHO, the World Health Organization, and UNICEF have confirmed that the strain of polio that afflicted the boy is a very rare strain that originated in the Philippines. Sabah, Philippines, nearby, right? Originated in the Philippines, where there was an outbreak too in the Philippines, and now it's come to Malaysia. Even though it's a rare strain, it's still very easily avoided if you vaccine your children, right? Now, it's very easily treatable. This thing can be prevented if you're vaccinated. Even this rare strain won't get to you, won't get to your kids if your kids are vaccinated. Now, here's the problem. In Malaysia, in the past few years, there have been a group of stupid, idiotic and crazy parents who are known as anti-vaxxers. They don't want to vaccinate their children because their I don't know what their priorities are. Their main concern is that, hey, these vaccines may not be halal and it might contain traces of pork, and they're afraid that if they take this vaccine, it's not halal. I don't know, the children are going to go to hell, not going to go to heaven, something like that, right? But the thing is, everybody has been saying that it is halal. No, as much as I don't have much faith in our National Fatwa Council, even they have said that it is okay to vaccinate your children and it is halal. There have been so many Islamic scholars all around the world and ulama have been saying that if it's for good, then it is okay, right? And even if it is derivative, well, you derive it from, say, pigs or pork, you've already changed it so much that it's okay. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, it's halal. Okay? So all these anti-vaxxers in Malaysia, don't be stupid. You're killing not just your kids, you are affecting everybody else in Malaysia also and around the world by not vaccinating your children. See what has happened now? Right? Now, WHO has said that places where this rare strain of polio has been afflicting children are mainly places where there have been low rates of vaccination among children. See? So come on lah, right? Vaccinate. Don't be stupid. I think you all are just idiots, selfish, and you're killing people, right? That's one thing. But then there's a second issue that I want to talk about as well. We're talking about Sabah here. Sabah is in East Malaysia. Sabah and Sarawak. We know that a lot of the rural areas in Sabah and even Sarawak, the infrastructure into these areas are not very good. Roads are not tip-top, they don't really have big highways and things like accessibility is a problem. I have spoken to medical officers, doctors and nurses, government ones, right, who have been working in Sabah, who have told me that accessibility for these people in the rural areas in Sabah, the accessibility to get to like proper clinics, hospitals, and their access to doctors and nurses are also a little bit difficult. So maybe there is maybe there is a problem when it comes to accessibility of these vaccines for the people, the rural communities in Sabah. Maybe that's something that the government needs to take a look at here as well, right? I mean, if you come to West Malaysia, there's so many hospitals, so many clinics, everybody can have access to great government healthcare. But Sabah Sarawak, that could be a problem, right? Now we all know that Malaysian healthcare is actually quite good, right? It's quite good, it's cheap, it's affordable, everybody has access to it. But hey, there may be like a reason why it's happening in Sabah lah. So I think the government should take a look at it lah. Health Ministry also. See if these rural communities are actually having access to the vaccines that they're supposed to be getting. Alright? Okay, so let me know what you think. Do you think that this issue, this polio issue, should be the #1 issue that is being focused on in the media, as opposed to like political scandals, sodomy cases, and all that's appearing so much, and the bickering between politicians and old politicians in Malaysia? You rather listen to that, or you want to highlight things that actually impacts the people? Alright, okay, so that's it. Like this video if you do. Don't like this video if you don't. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. It's at Bidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening. You've been listening and watching to Fat Bidin Knows Everything. By the way, today I brought Achilles, my son, for his immunization and vaccination. Alright, every month until he reaches 2 years old, I think. Yeah. Alright. I've got 3 kids, 1 wife, and me to support. So you've got to help fund my life. So you actually can go to the Fat Bidin e-store, right? I'm gonna link it below. Right? And you can get actually like Fat Bidin merchandise, right? And most of it are actually books. I used to sell DVDs and films and all that, but hey, everything's available on YouTube now. So now if you want to get Fat Bidin merchandise, it's mostly books. So I've got books here. See, like this book. This is called The Adventures of a KLite in Afghanistan. It's a graphic novel. See, graphic novel which I wrote and illustrated with my buddy Apan. Right? It's a non-fiction one. It's about my time in Afghanistan shooting a documentary for a month when I was there. See, I'm a war journalist, right? So it's a really good book, right? I've got this non-fiction novel. It's called Operation Nasi Kerabu, Finding Patani in an Islamic Insurgency. This book I wrote because I spent some time in southern Thailand where there's a war there. You all know there's a war there, right? In Patani, right? I shot a documentary there which was banned for broadcast, but hey, they allowed me to publish a book. And if you get the book, there is a QR code at the back, right? There's a QR code at the back which allows you to watch it for free online. Oh, where's the QR code? Where's the QR code? Ah, there's the QR code, right? It's online, meaning you scan the QR code, you go to my YouTube channel. Okay, I've got another book. This is called Journal Dad, The Chronicles of a Journalist Who Happens to Be a Father. It's a compilation of my articles, my column when I was writing for the Malaysian Insider. It's all about like me being a journalist and raising a family at the same time. It's really funny. It's funny. My best-selling book, Liberal, Malay and Malaysian, Writings of a Walking Contradiction. This is a compilation also of my column in the Malaysian Insider. This one focuses more on like politics, race, demonstration, democracy and religion and things like that. It's funny too. All my books are funny because I'm a funny guy, right? Yes, I am. And if you like films, I sell this book. See, I wrote this book with my buddy Wan Chun Hong. It's a guide to filmmaking, indie filmmaking. Every chapter talks about one aspect of filmmaking, and every chapter also interviews one like a really prominent Malaysian filmmaker. It's really good. You can get all these books at the Fat Bidin e-store. Come on, feed my kids.